this was a special book for me to write. It's set here in my hometown in western Nebraska, for one thing. And I honestly have never had as much fun writing a book as I have with this one. So it's about a barnstorming biplane pilot in 1920s western Nebraska who is coming back to his hometown in Nebraska after quite a long time. He's got a lot of baggage with family that he's not too excited about having to deal with, but there's a big competition, air show competition going on that he really, really wants to win. So he's back in town for that, and on his first night back in town as he's flying around, the unexpected happens when two bodies fall out of nowhere, out of the sky. And so obviously that's something that he's not at all sure what's going on, and it turns out that he ends up connecting with one of the fallen people who is a very strange young woman who doesn't really speak English, who insists that she lives somewhere up in the sky and that he really needs to get with it and help her because there are people up there who are going to cause bad things to happen because, as he discovers, they can control the weather somehow, which of course is all part of the mystery of the story. For this one, the very initial bit of inspiration, it was like a lazy Saturday afternoon, and I was laying around watching one of my favorite movies, which is The Greatest Show on Earth, Cecil B. DeMille's old classic. And at the end of the movie, I was just sitting there thinking, my mind was wandering, and I'm wondering, well, what would it be like if one of the circus performers struck up a relationship with a kid that was there in the town where they had just happened, for this one-time stop. And in my mind, it was a female performer, and I just kind of had this idea immediately for this female character. And it went through a lot of evolutions. The planes ended up coming in and kind of taking over. They became an air show instead of a circus. And then, as it progressed and I started going through these different ideas and finally ended up in its current manifestation. Because it went through things. I always knew there was something about this woman that was strange, unearthly. Kind of. And originally she was going to be a dying time traveler, which got totally scratched. So it was one of those things where it just finally, piece by piece, kind of evolved into the Dieselpunk manifestation that it ended up as.